Faculty development. Historically Black colleges and universities. Current practices and future directions. Travis D. Cooper, presenter. Introduction. This chapter explores the perceptions of faculty developers at historically Black colleges and universities in regard to issues that are faced by faculty members and institutions as whole. In addition, ways and means are offered to combat many challenges that HBCUs face in the realm of faculty development. The chapter concludes with survey results regarding current and future practices and then compares them to other university faculty developers across the United States. Challenges of HBCU faculty. HBCUs are attractive to African American students because of the cohesiveness faculty, staff and students as well as the welcome feeling to participate in academics as well as campus life. However, HBCUs are also inclined to accept students regardless of status, socioeconomic background and student preparedness. The consequence of these admission practices forces institutions to enroll a large portion of students in remedial courses. HBCU faculty are consumed with teaching and reteaching classes averaging 12 semester hours, which leaves a limited amount of time for professional development, research and service. History of HBCU faculty development. Research declares that faculty development for HBCUs and private institutions began as early as the 1930s but really began to flourish in the 1980s. Throughout the years, faculty development was heavily funded by Title III, private grants, United Negro College Fund, and other federal, regional, and state sources. During this period of time, much of the development of faculty was based on student needs, which in turn left minimal development for research initiatives and providing university service. The HBCU Faculty Development Network. The HBCU Development Network, developed and funded by the Bush Foundation in 1994, is a committee of representatives from various HBCUs who work together to assist with funding for teaching and learning development. Programs and initiatives from the HBCU Development Network ensures that activities and initiatives are collaborative and address teaching, service, and research. After 12 years of successful ventures, with additional funding by the Bush Foundation, implemented a Summer Institute for the CUD network. The Summer Institute is designed to assist HBCU faculty in the areas of learning services, instructional technology, information literacy, civic engagement and service learning. The Summer Institute has become an annual event and travels from city to city each summer in areas where HBCUs are located. There are also additional retreats throughout that year that are also sponsored by the Bush Foundation. These retreats focus on teaching and learning, collaborative models, technology, diversity, globalization and learning across the curriculum. Over the past few decades, the network has been successful and seeks out influences, suggestions, practices and challenges of HBCU faculty. Understanding these needs allows the network to cater to individual and unique needs of each universities and colleges as well as each faculty member's needs. As the network matures, it seeks to meet future needs of HBCU faculty members through data analysis, research and best practices. The HBCU Network Research Initiative. In 2004, the network launched a survey designed to gather the perceptions of views on development from HBCU faculty across the country. The survey contained 18 responses using Likert scales and open-ended response questions. The surveys were sent to 105 faculty and administrators that were permanent participants. The survey was created and designed by Austin, Eddy, and Beach. Research demographics. In regard to demographics, titles were given to the participants. Those titles were senior level administrators, directors, program coordinators, and faculty member. 69% of the participants wore more than 2 titles at their respective institutions. The majority of these dual-role individuals had an administrative title and a faculty title. The majority of the participants served at their institutions for an average of 7.5 to 10 years. There was a good mix of institutional types which consisted of community colleges, private institutions, and public institutions. Current practices. The survey sought to determine the extent to which faculty development programs are currently offering services pertaining to 21 different issues that potentially affect faculty. According to survey results, the three most important issues to HBCU faculty developers are student learning, integrating technology into traditional teaching and learning settings, and teaching for student-centered learning. The research also found that there were stark differences between public HBCUs and private HBCUs. These differences were in the areas of teaching in online formats, teaching non-traditional students, mentoring faculty members of color, and graduate student teacher development. Public HBCUs institutions favored these practices more so than private HBCUs. Participant developers that represented private institution viewed writing across the curriculum as their greatest enjoyment. Future directions. For both groups, the training and support of adjunct and part-time faculty were important. Unit and program evaluation and assessment, departmental leadership and management, the ethical conduct of faculty work, and supporting institutional change priorities were all rated significantly higher by HBCU respondents than the POD respondents. Faculty and departmental entrepreneurship was also considered to be more important by public institutions in addition to post-tenure quality review. Greatest challenges. Finally, faculty developers were asked to indicate, from the lists of current issues and new directions, those they considered to be the greatest challenges faced by the faculty at their institutions and by their institutions themselves, as well as the challenges they believed could be addressed through faculty development. Faculty developers felt they could address only some of the top challenges they saw their faculty and institutions facing due to the lack of resources and faculty availability and time constraints with their respective faculties. Conclusion. Chapter 11 highlights the need for intensive faculty development in public and private HBCUs in the areas of technology instruction, student learning, and teaching in non-traditional areas. The crux of the chapter focused on a research project launched by the HBCU Development Network found that HBCU faculty members serve in multiple roles with larger than normal class loads, which limits time for faculty research, scholarship, and service. Future implications should include investing funds for faculty development and the consideration of hiring additional faculty to lessen class loads.